Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss the next important concept, that is mesh analysis. Mesh analysis. So, before the discussion of this, first we have to discuss the terms which are related to mesh analysis. So, in that first one is node. In that first one is node. What is node? So, it is the equipotential point at which two or more elements are connected. It is the equipotential point at which two or more circuit elements are interconnected. Suppose if we consider a system, suppose this is the circuit, right? We have R, L and C. So, this is nothing but node. So, at this node two or more circuit elements are interconnected. We all know that how many types of node? We have simple node and next one is what? Principal node, right? Simple node, principal node. What is simple node? At which only two elements are interconnected, only two elements are interconnected. At this principal node, two or more elements are interconnected, right? We all know this. So, this is node. Next, branch. What is branch? It represents the elements, means it represents the elements, that are connected at a node. Branch is nothing but it is the representation of elements that are connected at a node together. So, it is represents the elements that are connected at a node together. Okay. For example, this is the circuit, this is 10 volts, this is 5 volts, this is 2 amps, this is 1 ohm, this is 2 Henry, this is 3 farad. So, in this we have to provide the nodes as well as branches. So, what is branch? It represents the elements that are connected at a node together. So, we all know this, this is what? Simple node, right? Simple node. This is simple node. For example, this is A, okay? This is B, this is C. What about this? This is principal node, right? This is principal node. So, number of nodes are nothing but What about this D? This is also a node, but this is single node. So, we have to connect this node and this node and this node together. It's nothing but single node. Okay. Number of nodes. How many nodes we have? N is equals to 4. How many principal nodes we have? Only 1. This is single node. We will discuss later while the discussion of nodal analysis. So, we have number of nodes are nothing but 4. What about branches? Number of branches. So, this is one branch now. So, between these two nodes we have one 10 voltage source. So, 10 volts and 2 amps. Between these two we have 1 ohm, 2 Henry, 3 farad and 5 volts. How many? Total branches are 6. Next, third one is loop. What is loop? What is loop? We all know this. It is a closed path, right? It is a closed path in a circuit, that is starting and ending point of a path is same. That is nothing but loop. Okay. Therefore, next one is the mesh. What is mesh? This is also a loop. This is also a loop, but in which we do not form a smaller loops inside. This is also a loop, but in this we do not form a smaller loops inside. That is, what is this meaning? This is loop, right? Now, this is mesh. This is mesh. So, from this, what is the important point? All meshes are loops, but all loops need not be a mesh, right? All meshes are loops, but all loops are need not be a meshes. That is, mesh is a subset of loop, right? Mesh is a subset of loop. That is it. If we consider the example, so this is the circuit. This is the circuit. Okay. This is mesh 1. Okay. This is mesh 1 within the loop. This is mesh 2. This is mesh 3. Now, coming to this, this is loop, this is loop, not a mesh, not a mesh. All meshes are loops, but all loops are need not to be a mesh. So, this is mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3, but coming to this, this is loop, not a mesh. Okay, like this you have to identify what is mesh, what is loop. Therefore, based on this, number of meshes in a circuit should be equals to b minus n plus 1, b minus n plus 1. Like this we have to identify. By using this formula we can calculate the number of meshes, or by seeing the circuit only we can able to tell how many meshes are possible. See, mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3, that is it. How many closure paths are there? 1, 2, 3, that is it. So, here how many branches are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 branches, b is equals to 6. Like this, number of nodes 1, 2, 3, 4. Nodes are nothing but 4. Therefore, number of mesh equations is nothing but b minus n plus 1. What is b? 6 minus 4 plus 1, which is equals to 3. 3 mesh equations are possible. 3 mesh equations are possible. So, this is about loop and mesh. And we have one note point. Mesh analysis is applicable for planar networks only. Planar networks only. What is planar network? We can able to draw 2D diagram. If not, that is non-planar network. So, mesh analysis is applicable for only planar networks. So, now we have to define what is mesh analysis. So, mesh analysis is nothing but it is a method that provides a general procedure for analyzing the electric circuit using circuit currents, using mesh currents or loop currents as circuit variables. That is, mesh analysis is a method, it is a method that provides a general procedure for analyzing the circuit. So, analyzing the circuit using what? Using mesh currents or loop currents. We can call it mesh current or loop currents as circuit variables, as circuit variables. For example, if we consider a circuit, so this is V1, this is V2, this is R1, this is R2, this is R3. So, in order to analyze this circuit, we have to calculate loop currents or mesh currents. These currents are responsible for analyzing these circuits. These two currents are nothing but circuit variables. With respect to these currents only, we have to analyze the circuit. That is the statement of mesh analysis. Then how can we calculate the currents of this mesh 1 like this, mesh 2 by using KVL. So, by writing voltage balance equations by using KVL, we have to calculate this I1 and I2. So, simply mesh analysis is nothing but KVL. First we have to write the voltage balance equations from the circuit, then apply Ohm's law. So, mesh analysis is nothing but KVL plus Ohm's law. KVL plus Ohm's law. Then we have to follow a procedure to find mesh currents. Procedure to find mesh currents. First one, find number of mesh equations or loop equations from the circuit, right, using the formula B minus n plus 1, right. First, after seeing the circuit, first we have to calculate the number of mesh equations, that is how many loops are possible from the circuit. First we have to calculate that. So, next one, assign the direction of current. In clockwise direction. If the examiner didn't provide any proper direction in the loop, then we have to follow the current direction in clockwise manner. When if examiner didn't provide any direction of the current, okay, then only we can able to assume our own current direction in the loop. That's it. So, next, third one, write mesh equations using KVL. So, by using KVL, we have to write the mesh equations. Next, solve mesh equations and calculate mesh currents. That is it. First, we have to, after getting the circuit, first we have to calculate the number of meshes by using the formula B minus n plus 1. Next, assign the current direction in clockwise manner only. If, for example, if the examiner provides the current direction in this loop, there is no proper direction in this loop 1, then we can assume our loop 1 direction in clockwise manner, but by default the examiner provides the second loop current direction in clockwise manner only, no problem at all. For example, if it is like this, we can follow the given current direction, that is it. Okay. Next, write mesh equations using KVL. We can write the voltage balance equations by using KVL. Last step is what? We can solve that mesh equations and calculate the mesh currents, that is it.